If we haven't met before, my name is Fred, and just a couple years ago, I was still broke, depressed, and I hated my life to say the least. At the time, I struggled with many vices and many addictions. It was my way of trying to escape my own misery and my negative feelings, and that is exactly why, in this video, I want to share with you exactly how you too can join the ranks of the top 1% in 2024. So if you're done wasting your time, and you're ready to live the best life you've ever lived, pay close attention to what follows. Step 1. You need to cut out all the toxic loser friends. I had a friend who really struggled with letting toxic people go. Those people were only dragging him down, treating him poorly, and all of his actual friends were telling him the same thing. Yet for some reason, he stuck with them. He couldn't let them go. Now let me ask you a question. Guess what happened to him? Nothing. That's what happened to him. But this is probably one of the worst things that can actually happen to you, because his dreams, they stayed dreams. He didn't turn them into an actual reality. Understand this. The right people, the right relationships will help you to become successful a lot faster than if you were on your own. And not only that, but they will nourish your life. Because it's great to be in the top 1%, but if you're all alone, life feels a bit tasteless. But at the same time, the wrong people, the wrong relationships will only sign your fall from grace. So right now you want to audit your social circle. Are the people around you people who believe in you, people who support you, or are they just toxic, always complaining, always negative, never believing in anything, playing the victim? And whenever you say that you want to achieve this, that let's say you want to get in shape, or start your own business, quit your job, follow one of your dreams, if they just install doubts in your mind, so they transfer their own doubts onto you, if they don't support you, if they even try to discourage you from going after what you want, you need to let those people go. They're dragging you down, and as long as you have them in your life, you'll never achieve anything. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're surrounded by 5 people who just complain about everything, they have no ambitions, guess what? You'll be just like them. I can't even tell you how many people I knew who had a lot of potential, but because they were hanging out with the wrong crowd, that potential never even came to life. Step 2. Do one thing that scares you every single day. A lot of people actually misunderstand fear. Sure, if you hear a noise in the middle of the night, it wakes you up. It's normal that you feel scared. You don't know what's happening. For all you know, there could be an intruder in the house, a potential threat. So now you have to get out of bed, turn on the lights, and go make sure everything is safe. Then you can go back to sleep. But most likely it was just your cat. So in that scenario, yes, fear is useful, of course. Because back then, think about when we were living in tribes. We had so many predators, a wild animal could just attack us in the middle of the night. We had to be quick, we had to be reactive. But most of the fears that we have nowadays, they're fears that are simply in our minds. They're not actually real. So when it comes to reaching your goals, fear is oftentimes a sign that you need to go ahead and do that thing that you're so scared of doing. For instance, you could be afraid of reaching out to prospects. But if you want to build a thriving service-based online business, you have to overcome that fear. I mean, I procrastinated starting the same business that changed my life because I was afraid of getting on the phone and doing sales calls. Looking back, it was absolutely stupid because that single fear that I wasn't willing to overcome at the time, it cost me 7 months of my life. So don't make the same mistakes I did. If you're afraid to go to the gym, you have gym intimidation, but you want to get jacked, you'll need to overcome that fear. If you're afraid of asking someone out, same thing, you need to go and just do it. You need to stop thinking about what could happen, because 99.999% of the time, none of the imaginary scenarios that you imagine will ever happen, because that's it, they're just in your head. And for all you know, that person could turn out to be the love of your life, but if you never go and speak to them, you will have never known. I see plenty of people, they refuse to start their own business, even though they really want to deep down, because they overthink everything. They think, oh, but what if this happens? What if this potential problem arises? But they haven't even gotten started yet. And most of the problems that they think about, that they imagine, will never actually happen in reality. So in entrepreneurship, don't try to just figure everything out before you actually get started. Instead, get started and figure things out as you go. Fix the problems that appear on your path. Don't try to fix every possible problem when in fact you'll never encounter most of those problems anyway. You see, the small, seemingly insignificant choices that you make in your life, they have the potential to completely change your destiny. One single meeting could completely change your life. One small decision could lead to you, let's say, quitting your job, starting your business, and then becoming a multi-millionaire. But if you hadn't made that one small decision, nothing would have ever happened. You would have stayed in that 9 to 5 because it's comfortable. And that is why you want to say yes to opportunities to grow. And the way that you do that is by overcoming your fears. Step 3. Train your body to train your mind. The other day, someone asked me, how can I toughen my mind? Without hesitation, you can do that through intense physical training. Because intense physical training not only toughens your body, you become stronger, you become more muscular, but it also toughens toughens your mind, your soul, who you are as a person. The more pain that you can go through, the tougher you'll become, because you'll know, I can do this. Whenever you start to feel pain, whenever you are put in a difficult position in life, you'll know, I've faced so much in my life, I've felt so much pain that this, in comparison, it's easy, or at least I can go through it. I know I have the capacity to overcome that obstacle and that pain. I had a friend at some point who really was not a confident person. I mean, if you looked at him, you would say he's shy, he's nervous, and he used to ask me, how can you be so confident? I'd like to be like that. And I told him I wasn't born like that. And I mean, he knew that since he knew me for a very long time. But I explained one thing to him. Confidence comes from results. If you have nothing to show for, because you've never tried to work hard, you've never pushed yourself beyond what you thought were your limits, you've never disciplined yourself, of course you don't feel confident because you don't know what your own abilities are. Confidence comes from getting results and sticking to your own promises. If every time you say I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym, but you never actually do it, no wonder why you'll have no self-confidence. You don't even believe in what you say. When you're exercising, your mind often wants to quit because it's hard. You'll feel physical pain. And it's in our natural biological programming to want to run away from pain and to run towards pleasure. So by pushing past that limit, by doing one more rep, two more reps, even if you feel that burn, even if you feel that pain, you train your mind to become tougher. And if you can control your mind, trust me when I say you will be able to climb mountains. You'll be able to achieve anything that you want. A lot of people want to gain more power. They want to control the world. First, focus on controlling yourself. Step 4. Start your own online business. Now we can't talk about joining the top 1% without mentioning the financial aspect of it. Now guess how much the top 1% makes? Just a little over $800,000 a year. Now with social media, you would think that this number would be 10 times higher. Well, welcome to the real world. Now to make $800,000 a year, that's close to around $60,000 a month. And the best way to achieve this is through an online business. Because if you wanted to open up a regular brick and mortar business, you would need to come up with at least $100,000 to open up your business. You'd need to get massively in debt and to risk losing a lot. And then to expand that business, you'll need more capital. So it's very difficult. And to get to the level where you actually make $800,000 a year, it would take you pretty much all of your life, especially if you come from a low income or middle class family. Now with a traditional career, you would need lots of degrees, lots of qualifications, which probably would mean that you need to get massively in debt. And then all of your life, you would need to work slave-like hours. We're talking 80, 90 hours a week to slowly climb the corporate ladder to one day hope that you'll be making 6 figures a year. With an online business, you don't need any of that. You don't need a Harvard MBA or any degree at all, in fact. And you also don't need investors or getting massively in debt to raise millions of dollars to fund your big business idea. You also have the freedom to travel the world whenever you want, to pick your own schedule. That's what I do. One morning you can wake up and decide to take the rest of the day off to do whatever the hell you want. It's only through starting my own online business that I've been able to live this type of life. If instead I had decided to follow the regular path, to do like most people, to go to university and get a mediocre job, I would have never been able to live this kind of life. If you want to know how you can start your own online business but you have no clue where to start, I have recorded a free video in which I'm going to analyze every popular online business model. Together we'll be taking a look at the pros, at the cons, and I am also going to share with you for completely free the 3-step process that you can use to start your business literally today and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description below. Step 5. Cultivate your mind and your soul. Ever since I was a kid, I always understood this one thing. Every successful person is a continuous learner. They never just assume that they know everything and that it's done. They don't need to learn anymore. The most successful people are also the best learners, trust me. Because if you think that you just know everything, you're above learning. You're above questioning things and realizing that, maybe I was wrong on this specific thing. You will get wiped out insanely quickly by a hungry competitor who's willing to put his head down and do the work, learn, iterate, improve, make adjustments, listen to the feedback he's getting, and then change what he does. The best in their respective fields are always practicing, but not only that, they try to find ways to improve what they're doing. They learn constantly. Michael Jordan is not only out there in the field multiple hours a day, but he also rewatches countless basketball matches to understand what went wrong, what went right, what to improve, what to stop doing. And that's the only reason why he is at the top of his game. So every day set aside at least 30 minutes to learn something new. It could be by watching YouTube videos. It could be by reading books, by listening to podcasts. It could be joining online courses on specific topics. It could simply be having conversations with people and asking questions. I personally love the quote which goes, live as if you were going to die tomorrow, but learn as if you were going to live forever. Step 6. Learn the arts of relationships. No matter what you want to accomplish in life, you're never going to do everything all alone. You'll need the right people along the way. And that's why in reality, no one is actually self-made, because we all need people at key moments in our lives. Think about when you were born. You're not going to give birth to yourself, right? If you want to get jacked, instead of trying to figure out everything yourself, it's going to take you years. You could instead go and ask the jacked people how they did it. You'd reach their level in a fraction of the time. If you wanted to build a profitable online business, the best way to learn that is not to go to university and they will just teach you textbook materials but not real-world business advice. Instead, the best way to do that is to learn online, through YouTube videos, through books also written by multimillionaires, through online courses, through paid communities. If you want to become a more social and more confident person, you're not going to ask the introvert who's really shy and anxious to the point that he can't even leave his own house. That would make no sense. Now, everything in life is about relationships, whether it be love, friendship, business, and even personal projects. And understand this, the more you understand human psychology, why people want the things that they want, why they are repulsed by other things, the more money you'll make. But not only that, it's also going to mean that your life will be so much more fulfilling, because no matter where you go, you'll be able to make friends easily. You'll never end up lonely. Meeting new people is exciting, you'll have a lot of fun, and your social circle will be very rich. And I don't mean it from a financial point of view, I mean rich in terms of everything you can learn from everyone. So make it a priority to build a top tier inner circle. Remember what we said, the right people will only accelerate your growth and make your life incredible. But at the same time, the wrong people, the wrong relationships will completely destroy you. Your social circle determines more than anything who you become and what you end up achieving in life. And that's especially true when it comes to the partner that is sharing your life. If you're with someone, they don't even believe in your ambitions, they try to drag you down to make you give up on your dreams and goals, you need to give that person up. Step 7. Being stubborn will get you anything you've ever wanted in life. I'm not talking about the kind of stubbornness when you refuse to change your mind and admit that you were wrong when you know you've messed up, or when a new better option presents itself to you. I'm talking about being stubborn when it comes to your goals and dreams, what you want out of life. Understand this, successful people never give up. Losers find excuses, winners don't. You can either have excuses or results, but never both at the same time. Successful people are very stubborn, in the sense that they refuse to take no for an answer. They have something that they want in mind. Sure, the path might change, but the end goal will remain the same. They will never settle for anything less than what they want, because they know they deserve the best. And every time you think about giving up, just think about this. You never know how close you are to that big breakthrough moment. You never know how close you are to blowing up on YouTube. You never know how close you are to signing that customer that will allow you to quit your job. You never know how close you are to meeting the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Anything can change in an instant. You want to be fixated on a specific goal, on a specific dream, but not on a specific path. At the end of the day, do you really care how you reach your goals as long as you don't compromise your values and your ethics? And finally, you want to master the art of patience. Understand this, to achieve your goals, to make your dreams come true, it's gonna take more time, more hard work, more patience, and more sacrifice than you think. Otherwise, it would be way too good to be true. If becoming rich, if becoming jacked were that easy, plenty of people would be doing it. There's a reason why it's called the top 1%. If you're not willing to roll up your sleeves and do more than most people are doing, you'll never get in the top 1%. Stop fooling yourself. So now you have all of the steps, all of the tools that you need to join the ranks of the top 1% in 2024. Don't waste another year. It's your time to shine. Now, as always, I'm waiting for you on the other side.